Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Anthony with themovieblog.com, and I'm back here with another episode of The Movie News, our weekly recap of movie news for the week. Here's our movie news recap, May 1st, 2022. Sony is announcing another Spider-Man spinoff movie. Following the releases of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius, we're learning about this new movie announcement for El Muerto. El Muerto is a character with a total of 2 comic book appearances. The news reads as follows. Created by Peter David and Roger Cruz, El Muerto first debuted in 2006's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 6. Also known as Juan Carlos Sanchez, El Muerto is a superpowered wrestler who fought Spider-Man in a charity wrestling match where he nearly unmasked Spider-Man before being stung with a paralyzing poison. The two later teamed up to take down El Muerto's nemesis, Dorado. The character currently only has these 2 comic book appearances to his name. Sometimes we get lucky with perfect casting, Sony Motion Picture Group President Sanford Panich said during the appearance. We think audiences are going to be excited by where these Marvel characters are headed. Bad Bunny's filmography includes Fast 9 and Narcos Mexico, as well as the upcoming Sony film Bullet Train. He has participated in multiple high-profile wrestling matches since 2021, winning his debut WWE match at WrestleMania 37. I don't know what to say other than I don't understand. We're trying to figure out the criteria for a film adaptation from Sony, but this one is a little confusing. It's up there with the Aunt May movie. I am assuming that Sony intends to craft an entirely original and outstanding plot and story, because they can't possibly assume that there's a fan base for this character. Can they? Anyway, that's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these news updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll check you guys later. Peace. Sony is announcing the official sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. The news comes from CinemaCon 2022, where we're getting a bunch of news updates. The news comes after the success of the last movie and will be a direct sequel. IGN shares the following. While not many details were given, Sony officially announced the next Venom and Ghostbusters film at CinemaCon 2022. No release dates were given, but they were confirmed in a sizzle reel from Sony that also shared a few seconds of footage from Kraven the Hunter. I'm glad that the movie franchise is continuing. The original Ghostbusters is the first movie I owned as a child. Bill Murray and the Ghostbusters franchise hold a special place in my heart thanks to nostalgia. I love the idea of more movies and the idea of an actual ghost-busting team. Fingers crossed we'll get more details on this film franchise in the near future. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to check you guys later. Peace. There are a few new details coming out about the new Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse movies coming from Sony. Aside from the recent rescheduling to 2023, we're getting some good news in the form of details about the film. The first bit of news we're learning is that Spider-Man 2099 is going to be quite different than the other Spider-People. Spider-Man is well known for his sense of humor and his wisecracking during his confrontations with criminals. Oscar, who also stars as Marvel's Moon Knight, is set to voice the character in the new movie and shared with Screen Rant that his Spider-Man is actually very serious. It's been really fun working on that with Phil Lord and Kemp Powers. The thing I can say is what makes this character so funny is that he's the one Spider-Man that doesn't have a sense of humor, because all of them act like they're like wisecracks, right? Everybody wisecracks except this guy just doesn't. He's a very serious Spider-Man. That sounds like fun. From what we've seen so far, we know that there will be some sort of confrontation between this Spider-Man 2099 and Miles. I can't wait to see the interactions between this Spider-Man and others. There are a few that come to mind, but I hope to see him match up against the deadpan humor of Nick Cage's Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Pig's overly cartoony humor. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to check you guys later. Peace. The shocking news updates continue with the latest coming from the Fast and Furious franchise. After the recent announcements of cast additions, we're now learning that someone is walking away from the production. Franchise director Justin Lin, who has directed a few of the last 9 movies is walking away. The news reads as follows. With the support of Universal, I've made the difficult decision to step back as director of Fast 10, while remaining with the project as a producer. Lin, who co-wrote the film with Dan Mazel, said in a statement posted to the franchise's official Twitter account, "Over 10 years and 5 films, we have been able to shoot the best actors, the best stunts, and the best damn car chases. On a personal note, as the child of Asian immigrants, I am proud of helping to build the most diverse franchise in movie history. I will forever be grateful to the amazing cast, crew, and studio for their support and for welcoming me into the Fast family." Wow, this one is very surprising, especially after the addition of Jason Momoa and Brie Larson into the cast. Justin Lin has been synonymous with the Fast and Furious franchise for seemingly 20 years. He first caught the attention of fans after his surprisingly good Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. The news also shares that production has already started on Fast 10, so it's quite shocking considering the timing. Lin, who returned to the franchise with 2021's Fast 9, The Fast Saga, was set to direct the 10th and the 11th movie in the franchise, with the 11th film set to be the final Fast installment. That's all I have for this one. I'll keep you guys posted as more information is released, and as usual, if you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll check you guys later. Peace. The CinemaCon announcements are continuing, and this time the news is coming from Warner Brothers. We're learning that The Batman 2 is official, and we'll see the return of Robert Pattinson as our Dark Knight. The news comes from IndieWire. Gotham's hero is back with a vengeance as The Batman 2 is officially greenlit at Warner Brothers. Robert Pattinson will redon the Caped Crusader cowl and eyeliner again in the title role, as the studio confirmed during Tuesday night's Las Vegas CinemaCon presentation. Warner Bros. Discovery announced that the sequel to the 2022 hit that has earned the company $760 million globally also announced is Matt Reeves' return to direct the follow-up film, which will expand upon Warner Bros.' sprawling Gotham universe. Plot details remain under wraps. This is awesome news. Matt Reeves told a pretty complete story with the Batman and closed the story of the Riddler. There is the possibility for the Batman 2 to explore the new relationship between the Joker and the Riddler. Maybe start a little war of jokes and riddles. We know that there's an upcoming HBO Max spinoff starring Colin Farrell's The Penguin that will offer more stories in Gotham. There's also chat about the spinoff, specifically about the Arkham Asylum. I hope the news expands further and we also see the return of Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. That's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll check you guys later. Peace. We recently learned some details about Oscar Isaac Spider-Man 2099. Another update is the news that this movie will have a lot more characters than the first movie. The pleasure I had with seeing Miles interact with the Spider-Man variants in the first movie was an absolute thrill. It sounds like we're going to get a whole lot more of that in the sequel. We're learning from Collider's Steven Weintraub the following. So Phil Lord and Chris Miller just said that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has 240 characters and takes place in 6 universes, and 1,000 people are working on it. Also, they are showing the first 15 minutes of the movie right now. He also tweeted, Phil Lord and Chris Miller are on stage to talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The sequel is way bigger than the last one. It's the largest crew of an animated movie ever, says Chris Miller. This film has 240 characters. The first film had 40. Takes place on 6 universes. That's a big increase in both characters and universes. I love the idea of so many characters interacting with Spider-Man. I can't imagine which Spider-Man variants we'll see next, but I hope they squeeze in the superior Spider-Man. Who's your favorite Spider-Man that you want in the sequels? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to check you guys later. Peace. Brace yourselves for this one. Jon Watts, director of the MCU Spider-Man trilogy, is exiting the Fantastic Four project. Marvel announced Jon Watts as the director for Fantastic Four a while ago, so the exit is somewhat surprising. The news reads as follows. Collaborating with Jon on the Spider-Man films has been a true pleasure. We were looking forward to continuing our work with him to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU, but understand and are supportive of his reasons for stepping away. We are optimistic that we will have the opportunity to work together again at some point down the road, said Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, and Louis D'Esposito, co-president of Marvel Studios. Watts said that making 3 Spider-Man films was an incredible and life-changing experience for me. I'm eternally grateful to have been part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for 7 years. I'm hopeful we'll work together again, and I can't wait to see the amazing vision for Fantastic Four brought to life. Sony and its Spider-Man producers have made it clear they expect to reunite with Watts, with Holland and Zendaya to continue the series. Watts hasn't officially dropped out of that franchise, but if it were to happen, it does sound like it would be down the road. This is shocking news. Spider-Man No Way Home has earned almost $2 billion at the box office. I can't imagine the impact on Jon Watts' personal life while developing those movies so quickly. Each release in the Spider-Man trilogy had only a 2-year window between. It's easy to forget that these folks are real people and have lives. I hope he enjoys his break, and I look forward to his Final Destination reboot. Now, where could Marvel find a replacement director? I wonder. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. As usual, if you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to check you guys later. Peace. James Cameron is releasing his follow-up to his groundbreaking film this December. We're getting news and our first look at Avatar: The Way of Water from CinemaCon. While we don't have any footage from the movie online, we do have the following images. And this movie looks beautiful. I can't believe the level of detail we're seeing in the first look at Avatar in these characters and these environments. Water had been a notoriously challenging thing to animate for effects studios. I can't believe what I'm seeing with the rendering of underwater light in this shot. It looks gorgeous, and I also have to remind myself that this will be a 3D release from the company that innovated that technology too. I really get excited about a James Cameron release. James Cameron is still the director of a few of the highest earning films of all time. There's a reason that Shazam! Fury of the Gods recently changed its release date, and other movies might do the same. James Cameron took time to explore and develop technology for deep sea exploration. He even has a documentary about his research called Deep Sea Challenge that you can watch online. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. If you guys like these updates and want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to check you guys later. Peace.
Check it out, yeah. Scared money, make less of it. Don't ever let the chance pass you by. Just keep your eye up on the prizes. Life keeps spinning, these rules I break them. Life keeps spinning, them risks I take them. Run way to a bag, nigga thought you in the way, but I flew by. That G6 was in the sky.